I just have to tell everyone, this will be the first time in August 20th. So put that on your calendar that Stephanie and I will meet each other in person. For over, I would say around a year, we've been working around, building this company. Everything was done virtual through the eXp world. But now in August 20th in Dallas, we will see each other in person with our whole team. So we are super excited for everyone else to join us, to be a part of this all get together, with a year of just being locked down, to finally see everyone in person. So let's get on with the show. So as everyone knows about eXp Commercial, we are a brokerage firm with commercial real estate, business broker, and mergers and acquisition. We are not a brick and mortar. We are not a franchise. So like how Blockbuster was disrupted by Netflix, and we are called the Amazon of real estate. It is super exciting that we are not brick and mortar, we're virtual, but we do live events as you will see, and we're not franchised. As Stephanie knows, the franchise operation, as she grew her company and had an opportunity to sell it, but she did something different. Steph?
Absolutely. And, in order to, franchises and independent brokerages are operating in silos. And that's what we here at eXp Realty and eXp Commercial do like no other brokerage. Because we're not that franchise and independent, we have shrunk the boundaries of how to do real estate, how to do business brokering, how to collaborate across this globe. We have shrunk the globe. There is opportunities for us to be able to do business with India, to do business with Brazil, and all these different global countries that we've gone into. But more importantly, we are that opportunity to save money on all those brick and mortar costs, operate as one global company so that we put more money in where it needs to go, and that's in the agent's pocket. And that's what's truly impressive when it comes to eXp Commercial. I love, Jim, that last week we had over 9,000 people registered to come in and sit through some of the best speakers, game changers in this industry of commercial real estate and business brokering, to network and collaborate. And in that audience, we had over 17, actually we had more than that. We had countries represented in our auditorium, in our eXp Commercial virtual campus, so that they could collaborate and start to do business together. It's truly impressive. And now that we're over 60,000 agents nationwide, more and more people are paying attention to how easy it is to do business and build your business on our platform.
And Stephanie, that was the great thing with doing our event last week with so many people in so many different countries that came up. And I know I got inquiries saying, when are you going to be open in our country? When are you going to be available? And it was super exciting to hear that the excitement that you can get so much business done, people networking with each other, talking to each other, looking at our expo hall. And I got some feedback that people did inquire their business at our expo hall. So it's super exciting that you could do so much collaboration in this virtual world of ours and educate so many thousands of people, which is super exciting. And one of the big value props that we have is, with the cost of our company being virtual, it's an 80-20 capping at $20,000, and for $250 a month, with all these tech improvements and opportunities and technology and everything else we have, it is truly amazing. And I know, Steph, with myself, with the rest of the team, I don't know how many tech calls. I mean, we constantly are being bombarded with so many strategic tech partners and other partners around the country and world that really want to work with us. And it is so exciting just to see how we're evolving. And I always tell people, anytime you look at what we're doing, please look at the most current deck and the current YouTube video, because everything we do, we improve so quickly. Every month to month, there's always something new. But Steph, you want to talk about some of the tech tools that we put in place?
Absolutely. And, when we were standing up the eXp Commercial, we didn't just say, okay, let's open the doors. We did our research. We actually hired a third-party market research company to go out and conduct interviews with commercial brokers and agents across this country and tell us what they most needed in order to scale and grow their business. These are the technology tools that we've implemented in that $250 a month. It's game-changing. When I brought my brokerage on, I saved over $9,000 a month in overhead, because when you have a global company you're doing business with, these technology companies want to service us, they want to get in business with us, and they want to be us. But more importantly, we solve the issues that are in the industry. when we know that it's so hard to find commercial real estate contracts and forms and business brokering forms where our agents can utilize them in these 50 states, we solved that problem. We reached out to AIR and said, listen, AIR, we want to help you get in all 50 states. We want to provide these forms to all of our agents so that they can instantly be able to do business and not have to wait on attorneys if there's not an attorney in the transaction. And that's one of the game changers that we're also doing in this industry, is we're changing the way people think about it. If it hasn't been done, that's okay, because we're going to do it. We're going to pay the passport. And we've done that with AIR forms, which is included in that $250 a month.
And Stephanie, that was just truly amazing. You know, by taking the bulls on the horn and getting this thing done with 50 different states. I mean, this is truly amazing that it's been trying to be done for so long, to have a national contract where most of the time you have to be with one of the big firms to get that national contract. But you can have that here at eXp Commercial, to have those contracts and all of these tech tools. I had so many calls with agents saying, okay, what tools do you get? And they go, wow, you get all those tools for $250. And they said, well, what about, you know, transaction, or what about business up, or what about, but that's the great thing about eXp Commercial, because we are growing so quick and everyone sees us and we're always very innovative. We're reaching out and they're reaching out to us with tech tools for transactions, for leasing, for business op, and all of these other cool, innovative, creative technology tools that people are reaching out saying, look at our tool, look at our technology, see if you can implement it. And we are creating this dashboard of connectivity where we're the hub with all these spokes from all these different industries and different product types to collaborate and with all these tools that you're looking at. And I know there's probably 2 or 3 more pages of this, that it is truly just amazing of all the tech companies that want to work with us, that we're putting it all together to make it as easy as possible for commercial agents to do business, become more efficient and effective, and reach out on a global manner, which we totally love. And it's just super exciting to see this all happen so quickly. And I do love this too. So I came from an old school way of doing commercial brokerage, like making the calls. I think the first time I joined, we didn't even have fax machines back then, right? When we first got our fax machine, I thought this was exciting. I told a lot of the commercial brokers, and Steph, you'll love this, we're always doing it the hard way. I told a lot of the commercial brokers and teams, let's do it the smart way. So if you come over to eXp Commercial, there's ways to earn stock, to be a owner, because so many times great producers in my office is, Jim, I want to be a partner of yours. I don't want to just be an agent. I'm producing and my team is producing so much. How do I become a partner? Well, here at eXp Commercial and eXp, it's agent centric. We're all owners of this company. We all participate when we do share the eXp platform to recruit, to get people to join us, to train junior brokers, where some of my friends train more than half the office. And I said, what did you get for that? They said, I got a plaque. And a lot of times they get reset back to 50-50, maybe 65-35. And it's just ridiculous. Steph, you know how much it changed your life when you had the choice to sell your company or be part of eXp.
Absolutely, Jim. And I mean, you know, when you build an independent brokerage that's successful, all brands want you. The problem is they want to give you a lump sum paycheck. They want then for you to sign up to be at their beck and call and work for them for 10 years. And I wasn't willing to dedicate myself for 10 years to somebody that I wasn't sure that how their company was going to be. I wasn't going to have that say or that opportunity. When people say, just give it to me in a nutshell, Stephanie, is eXp. eXp is the perfectly most beautiful luxury built sports car for you to bring your business onto and drive it the way you want to. And for those new agents coming into the business, it is that vehicle that can elevate and escalate you much quicker. And what's so wonderful about it is that you are a business owner. You are partners. We are all business partners. And so the culture of our company is completely different. We're not in competition. We want everyone to be successful. Why? Because the stock shares rise, as we saw yesterday, which was impressive and amazing. And it's still going up with our record earnings that got reported. So be sure to check that out. But eXp Commercial is the opportunity for every agent, no matter what level you are, to come on board, be an owner, and earn as much stock as you want. And that is what the ability here is to do. I have been so blessed to have earned as much stock as I have in just 3.5 years. And I'll be honest, the stock that I've been gifted for doing what I'm great at is 4 times what anyone was going to purchase my company for. And that is a lot of money, and it's still growing every single day. These are the benefits, but also the revenue share. Come be an owner without the overhead, without the liability, without having the upfront capital, and be rewarded for doing what you've always done. Jim mentioned it earlier. He's grown so many other companies in commercial real estate in his long career of success. And you got a plaque. Here, we give you revenue share. It's a no-brainer, right, Jim?
Steph, I love when you said this because we're like, can you eat your plaque? And I think Eric Powers and others said it is, we have all our awards sitting in a box, just with dust, right? It doesn't feed your family. It doesn't help you. And I did say this, look, when I started a brokerage firm, I sometimes didn't know, but I would just say this, out of ego, I wanted to grow my firm large. I wanted to get the brand name out there. But what happened was I said I was never poor running a brokerage, because when you run a brokerage as an owner, right, operator, as a broker owner, you have all the liability, responsibility, and talking to so many now, they start to see you want to take and push off the operational part. You want others to negotiate like the tech contracts and all the minutia, right, that the broker owner has to do, or hire somebody to do that for you. What do you want to do as a broker owner? You want to grow, create business, get more people to join you, the income producing things, right? That's what you want to do, because a lot of times we think, okay, we're growing our firm, but a lot of times it is not as rewarding as it was before, and things have changed so much that when we're talking, I said, what did you do when you came into this business? Well, I wanted more freedom, more passive income, and what most people are finding out, especially in franchises, that they're there working, filling seats, just sitting there, toiling away, that you don't have the freedom that you thought you were going to have, because that was the old school model. And I really encourage people, because I said, look, this is important for you to understand our eXp model. And I said, if you should always know what your competition's doing, so you can understand, how to combat, or if it works for you. And the other things is, if you don't join, could your agents join us? Could you compete with us? And many people, it's hard to answer, but these are the tough questions that people do need to ask. Because, Steph, sorry to go off on this, because I just had so many conversations where everyone looked at this platform and said, well, this, but you got to also look at the upside and the new transformation of how business is done. And going on to our world, Steph, I love the world. You've been in the world longer than I have, and it is a game changer with Virbela.
Well, and people say to me all the time, but how do you operate in this virtual platform? Well, we do it every day. We are collaborating with all of the globe, with all of the countries we're in. But more importantly, and I love telling this story, it's going to change on August 20th, but Jim and I have never met in person, and we have built this together. We're in the world. We're operating with our staff. It's completely interactive. It is an absolute wow factor. But when we can get over 8,000 or 9,000 people, or even our licensees in the world, to do these live trainings, that's what's important. We've heard from other brokers that have joined us that had jobs traveling around the country, filling hotel rooms or filling conference halls to have to teach. We don't want you as an agent to wait on the collaboration, to wait on the training, to wait on the agent development. We want you day one to be able to log in no matter where you are and be involved, be instantly involved, and have the ability to learn all of these great technology tools and so forth. Jim and I have a passion, and we share this passion because when we got into commercial real estate, it was very difficult to figure out who can help us, who can mentor us, who can train us, who can just teach us something. I was 21 getting into the business and wanting to sell commercial real estate. People looked at me like I was cross-eyed, like there was just absolutely no powerful way in the world that I would ever make it. And I fumbled a very long time because of it. We've built this accelerate program so that anyone who has the passion and has the drive and has the license wants to be successful in commercial real estate or business brokering, that you can come to eXp Commercial and start your career day one with instant success, because you are given the fundamentals necessary to be able to speak the language and to truly represent clients. And this is something that is so powerful. There's no brokerage out there that is offering this. There's so many different programs that want hundreds and thousands of dollars. And, you know, let's be honest, when I was 21, I didn't have that kind of money. And they weren't that great when you did pay for them. This is built by our commercial designated managing brokers who have done training and agent development for over 25 years. They have successful careers. They are teaching because they love it. They have those servants' hearts to do so. And Jim, I think you completely agree with the educational fact, right?
And I'll go on the educational, because this is the biggest thing. We're not only changing the way commercial is being done, but the way the commercial business is being looked at. Like you said, with Stephanie, they wouldn't even look at her. And yes, I was fortunate to kind of stumble my way into Marcus and Millichap, but it wasn't always a comfortable, fun place to be sometimes, right? And that's the thing that we're building. We're building the best commercial program where, one, you can be introduced to see where you fit, whether you want to do residential or commercial. In commercial, if you want to be part of it, a full program with a mentor watching you, guiding you with the product type. But we're there to watch, to make sure you're having a good experience, you're getting the right service so you can blossom and grow. And when Stephanie was talking about the world and workplace, these are tools that you can plug in where referrals and business with your senior broker are on it. So you have momentum to work on deals while you're learning all the basics. But I'll just say, Stephanie and I know this, you're always going to work hard. So if you don't think you're going to work hard, well, it's probably maybe not for you. But if you're willing to work hard, we're giving everyone the tools, the training, the mentorship, and even some leads and referrals to become successful. And then it's really up to you to really just work hard and make it happen and grow your dreams. Because I like Stephanie and many others here at eXp, and this is what I love so much. It is agent-centric. It is people first. It is creating opportunities for anyone and everyone. And this is what's so important. And I think, and I don't want to go on, the valuation and everything else, but that's what you people show. It keeps growing from 30,000 to 60,000, and the company keeps growing because we keep sharing, and everyone's wondering why we're so enthusiastic about this company. And I think people need to just take a look, right? We are enthusiastic for a reason. And I'll go on. Health is wealth, right? And Stephanie and I, we had our own companies. We paid for our own health insurance. We paid for our staff and our employees' health insurance. And I know and Stephanie and I have had these talks, we just keep seeing the healthcare costs rising. So much so, we had to make some hard decisions. Do we want to pay for this, or do we want to pay for this, or do we want to pay for this? Or the worst is when I heard some of my agents before hitting hard years that they just cut their healthcare off and just bought major medical. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just a crazy decision where health is the most important thing, that you have to make these choices to keep your business going or to pay insurance. But here at eXp, being agent-centric, the healthcare plan is so awesome that we have. I tell people that you have to look at this. Maybe this should even be at the highest part first, because it does help people being agent-centric with the group healthcare. We've seen people save 30 to 40%. Steph, and what have you heard about our healthcare with other agents in our company?
I love it, because everyone that has signed up for the agent healthcare, they all send us messages. And I know this happens with you every day too, Jim, in that they're like, look, it's $250 a month for these tech tools, but I just saved $360 a month on my healthcare. I am here at eXp commercial free. I could have never pulled this off. And that goes back to, when I talk to people that are, oh, I think I'm going to start my own brokerage. Listen, you don't know how hard it is and how expensive it is. And why take that from your agents when you can just build it here at eXp Commercial and have the innovation and have the ability to give everyone things that just can't happen when you're an independently owned and operated brokerage. Jim, you touched on Facebook, and I want to say this because, and I've got to do a better job at these numbers, and I didn't do this morning, but I do know that in the last 4 weeks, we've had over 1 billion dollars in referrals. And how does this happen? It's because of our eXp world, but it's also because of Workplace. It is the ability for all of our agents, no matter what country they're located in, no matter if they're over at eXp Realty or if they're here at eXp Commercial, to have a communication channel to give each other referrals, to advertise your off-market properties to the network and be able to sell it in minutes, to have the ability to connect in such a manner that is just impossible. And with Workplace, we see it every second of the day. Opportunities, referrals, and what all that equals is money. It equals income. And it's a powerful tool, and it's one of our most important tools that we have at this company. Jim, talk about our awesome upcoming events.
Yes. So all these events that we're doing, and this is the first way I always say you kind of hear about eXp Commercial, and whoever introduced you, ask them for a guest pass so you can really see our virtual world and dig deeper into what we're doing and why it's so exciting to be at eXp and eXp Commercial is our national meetings. We do it twice a month to update our brokers on what's going on, what's happening, what's the latest and greatest in the industry, what's happening and going on. But you can see so much collaboration in our virtual world. We also have product type specialist committee, multifamily, retail, office, industrial, land development, triple net, leasing, business opportunity, M&A, cannabis, self-storage. I can go on and on and on, but these are the great things that with all the different product types within commercial, we have leaders that are industry leaders. We have all these specialists getting together as a group all around the country to share best practices, opportunities on market, off market, pass deals to each other. It is truly amazing with how much momentum and synergies all these product types, as most commercial agents are specialists in what they do. Or if you're a generalist, now you can plug in to all these specialists around the country to give you the best practices, the tools, and how to go about doing a deal or even referring it. And we love these webinars. You're going to see after the big symposium, many of the trade groups and universities want to work with us. In addition to some other publicly traded companies in commercial real estate, they want to work with us because they see the power of what we're doing. And we love doing the live events. Like I said, take a look at expcommercial.live. August 20th, we will be in Dallas and Dallas-Fort Worth for our mini commercial event. So you're going to see our whole team be there live. So we are very excited. If you are in the surrounding area or you're in Texas, please drive up. But also we're going to be doing more live tours around through Texas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, possibly Atlanta. We've done many in the Bay Area right now. We've done it in Washington and in Southern California, and many more are here to come. And like our symposium, we're already working on it again to make it bigger and greater. But Steph, you know what? Love this guy like my brother. Oh my goodness, I spent so much time. And I know with your interaction with the next guest and interview, I would love for you to introduce him, but yeah, this is my brother here.
Absolutely. I think he's my brother too. And it's funny because this is the first time we're face to face. We've had many of conversations, but, there's nothing better than when, you put all this heart and energy into this greatness that Jim and I and our team have been building. And then all of a sudden, you find this amazing rock star who completely resonates with the ideal of who we want at eXp Commercial. And that is Clifford Blanquicet. This man has not only built an entire commercial real estate firm, but he completely saw this model and saw the need and had the utmost excitement for why he shared our vision in an instant. And I love this guy, Clifford Blanquicet, both North and South Carolina, a complete rock star. Welcome to the team. Thank you for becoming our business partner and being all of that represents what eXp Commercial stands for, Clifford. So introduce yourself and tell the world about who Clifford is and how you got here.
Hey, thank you both. And I got to say, I love y'all at family already. We've obviously talked a lot, and I had the pleasure of meeting James in person, Jim, and man, we hit it off. We have a lot in common, and we had a great dinner, maybe the longest dinner I've ever had other than one with my wife. And, just so much in common. But I've always said that commercial real estate is about good morals, good ethic, and work ethic. And I think that's what eXp Commercial centered around. So always been a big believer, surround ourselves with good people, and the rest will take care of itself. So, and you two are the best. And so thank you. Also, your team is the best.
Yes.
And I love our team, Morgan and Wes, and all of our brokers, my wife, my biggest teammate. And we have been so impressed with this transition and just how everyone has treated us like family. So thank you. Yeah, thank
Clifford,
you.
can you go into your journey, how you started, or did you just wake up being this real estate mogul and everything?
Hey, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story. So, I mean, since I was 9 years old, golf was my life. If you asked me what I was going to do at 9 years old, I said I was going to be a professional golfer. And, I played middle school golf, high school golf, college golf, amateur golf, and then I did eventually turn professional and played the PGA Tour, Latino America, and a lot of the main tours around the United States and the Southeast. And to make a long story short, whenever I missed a couple of cuts and lost my status on the Latino tour, I went to my investors and they said, no, not gonna reinvest, but enjoyed it. Thanks for making us a little money back, but I think that's it. And so at the time, I was actually dating a girl whose grandmother was in commercial real estate in Charlotte, and she owned a bunch of, 100,000 square feet of retail and office in the Concord area. And she said, hey, I'm not going to invest in you, but I need someone, I need a property manager. And so I said, hey, since I was 9, I just thought that I'd be a golfer. So now if you give me an opportunity to have a job, I'll do it. And really quickly realized that I really loved commercial real estate. It was so much like professional golf. I mean, if you work hard, you're diligent, you practice, you take care of yourself, you do the right things, and it could be great. So I was the property manager, I was the leasing agent, I was the janitor, I was the roofer, I was the HVAC contractor, and let me tell you, it was awesome. And I saw the writing on the wall with the granddaughter, and so I said, man, I don't think I want to marry this girl. So I think I need to go figure out a plan B because when we break up, grandma's going to fire me. And around that same time, a broker who's one of our tenants said, man, you work so hard. If you work this hard in commercial real estate brokerage, you would make a killing. And I said, that sounds good because I'm about to get fired. So I went and got my license. Same week I got my license, I met my wife. I did break up with the girlfriend, and the grandmother did fire me. So, crazy story. So I was thrown into the fire, commercial brokerage only, 100% commission, had very little in savings. I was 24 years old, 23, 24 years old. And I had honestly met my wife and fell in love so quick. And we said, this is all or nothing. So literally 5 weeks after I met her, I asked her to marry me. She's an entrepreneur, had a small business as well in downtown Concord. And, we started being entrepreneurs together. Well, she was an entrepreneur for me and taught me a lot, but we started this journey together. And she's been my biggest rock and teammate and #1 fan and #1 support. So I was a broker, commission only broker for 2 years and 2 months. And I was with a firm that the gentleman trained me for a few hours. And then he said, hey, I'm busy, go get it. And I figured it out, a lot of door knocking, a lot of cold calling, a lot of networking, mailing letters. My wife's favorite story is in the middle of the night when she was pregnant with our first, we would put these letters on business owners' doors in an envelope with blue painter's tape. And it would say, for owner, confidential. And we would get calls from those, and the letter would just say, hey, I'm a commercial real estate broker, business broker. If you ever want to sell your business or relocate, or your space is too big or too small, or you want to buy, you're tired of leasing, or you want to lease, give me a call. And you wouldn't believe how much opportunity we got. And it'd be 1, 2, 3 in the morning. We'd be driving around Charlotte putting these on doors. And my wife helped me with all those. And that led to a lot of business. And, my second full year in commercial real estate, I had sold and leased more real estate than that gentleman had in 10 years in his career. And he said, man, how'd you do it? It's just hustling, doing the right thing and treating people well, answering the phone, which is a big secret in this industry that not everyone knows about. And I looked at him and said, I think I'm gonna open my own firm. And he said, I don't blame you. So opened Blank Real Estate. And day one, I looked at Anna, my wife, and said, yes, I get to keep all my commission. And I said, I'm just going to be a solo guy. Let's do this. And she said, come on, Domi. If you want to grow this, you need to have a team. You need to grow a firm. You need to have a business. Don't be the business, to grow a business. And she's obviously much smarter than I am. And, so we did that. So 4.5 years later, we have 23 commercial brokers, 3 offices. And we really are a powerhouse in the Carolinas for commercial real estate, and we love it. Tommy Mueller was our first broker. He came on the day we announced. I told the world we were going to open the firm. And something I'm really proud of is in all of our brokers that joined the firm, I never recruited one person from another firm. I never went out and poached. I literally just, did good business practice. And when I did a deal with a broker, they'd say, I really enjoyed how you did that. And I love seeing your success on social media. And I love that you're a family man. And, people came to us and, we've said over the years, we've said no to some people, but we've said yes to a lot of good people. And as long as they had good morals, ethics, and work ethic, I say, come on. And I didn't care about their experience. I cared about them being good people and working hard and having a good why. And that leads into eXp commercial. I think there's a good why here. I think there's good ethics here, morals, and you can be a good person and be in commercial real estate with eXp commercial. So, there's a million reasons that we partner with eXp commercial, but honestly, that's the biggest one is the people.
Clifford, I love your success story. I love your heart. You are a servant's heart, but you're a hustler. You know what it takes to be successful in this business. I love that you started using social media when most people in commercial hadn't, encompassed that and so forth. There is a million reasons why you brought your traditional brokerage onto eXp. But also too, heavily successful. It wasn't about any money because you all were making great money. But talk to everyone, and you and I share this, Jim even shares this because we've all been in that seat. But owning that independent traditional brokerage and now having the access of the platform of eXp Commercial, talk to everyone of how that, I know it's been just a short, like a little bit of time. It's only been a handful of weeks. But let's talk about how you've already seen the changes there.
Thank you. And I'm a big story guy. Hope you don't mind. But, before we joined our partnership with eXp Commercial, I was watching you, Stephanie, and you, Jim, on YouTube videos. And a lot of them. And so I'm going to steal a couple of lines from you, Stephanie, because I was just, it resonated with me. You always said the traditional brokerage model is broken.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, after 4.5 years of owning this company with my wife, 100%, you're absolutely right. And then another thing that resonates is I wanted everyone to win. And in eXp Commercial, everyone can be a business owner, everyone can win, everyone can own their own firm. And, I tell everyone right now, Anna and I were the only ones that were making splits off of brokers. And if someone introduced me to another broker and brought them on, I shook their hand and said, thank you. You really introduced me to a great person and I appreciate it. But, it almost wasn't fair. They made the introduction, this person, they came in and talked me into considering them. They laid the bridge for trust. And I just said, thank you, and now with eXp Commercial, if you do that same thing, now you're going to be rewarded in so many ways that you deserve to be rewarded. And so, like I said, it's been a short time, but, I feel most blessed about eXp Commercial because now everyone's a firm owner and everyone wins. And that this platform allows for that. I could go into so much more, but, talking about the healthcare, I've been dying to talk about this. We have our fifth child on the way. That's 5 children. And let me tell you, I think we spend with our deductible and our premium and everything, $40,000 a year on health insurance. So it's like $2,500 a month for the family. And then I think it's a $10,000 deductible or something. And we have great insurance. We go to the doctor all the time and make sure our kids are healthy. But with the eXp commercial healthcare, it's a huge discount. So you can't, you really can't overlook that. And then there's other things. The E&O insurance, we were paying $1,500-$1,600 a month, as a firm. And there's so many other things too that we are paying monthly that as a firm owner, now we've cut expenses and we can think big picture. And speaking about the model being broken, I mean, we were the 10th fastest growing company in Charlotte in 2020, year over year. And I look at everyone, I say, man, and it's just amazing how we accomplished that, but yet the model was still broken. I mean, that's incredible. We were a high split firm as well. Most of our brokers were 80-20, and 70-30, 80-20, 90-10 at certain milestones. And it hit me this year end of last year that the model's broken, and I don't know what I'm gonna do because I saw that there's a cap. There was a limit on, as a firm owner, what we could do, because every time I grew, there were more expenses. So we opened up a triad office, and of course, being in real estate, we bought the real estate, of course, and we brought on a BIC as a partner, and that experience was exciting. And then at the end of the day, we're 3 years later, I look and I mean, we haven't even made our money back. And, and I'll be as open book as anybody, that's incredible, and I love owning the real estate. I love my partnership. I love the collaboration. I love we're in other markets. But at the end of the day, it's a business model that I think is very difficult to make money, mostly also because we would have to do 50-50 splits with everybody that comes on. And I don't like that culture. That's a burn and turn culture. That's I'm going to go to where the grass is greener in 6 or 12 months because I think I heard this place has a 60-40 split. And it's not all about splits, but let me just tell you that at the end of the day, other people have to feed their children and put food on the table too. So splits matter. And that's not the culture we wanted. So we have a high split. We had a high split, and it really made it difficult as a business owner, my wife and I, to make money. So which in turn made me keep being a producer, and which is great. I love producing, but that's a lot of pressure. There's all these expenses. There's all, it's tough to make a lot of revenue from the other brokers. And then 5 children. We own commercial real estate for investment. We invest our money. We love to travel. We love our mountain home. We love, we just love our toys, as Jim knows. And, I want the best for our children. And so that made me continue to have to be a producer. And I like the fact in eXp commercial, I can choose to be a producer, and I will be a producer, but I don't have to be the $1 million commission plus producer per year to keep up with our business model and our lifestyle. Now I can help everyone grow, and we can create the residual income and stock. And let me just tell you, it's a huge relief. And as a firm owner, and you both have been there, this model is just what we were looking for, but didn't know it existed until it slapped us in the face.
Clifford, I love getting to know you at a really deep level. And we shared so many things that we had in common. Almost my life was your life, right? When we talked about all the steps. So I love sharing and getting to know you so well. But that's also the journey that we've all learned is why are we growing the company? What are we looking for? Having the different setbacks in our lives. And, from setting it up on your own, building a team, building a brokerage company, loving the people within our firm, and realizing, oh my gosh, I love everyone, I want to help everyone, but I'm losing money doing this proposition, right? And that was the hardest thing, but what model would work? And so you're very different from many others they're coming in as an individual, they're coming over maybe as a team, but you are transforming your entire company to come over to eXp Commercial. And like Stephanie says, you just are new that you just come over, but from what you're seeing, where do you think, Clifford and Blank Realty and real estate, commercial real estate is going to go, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years as we keep growing? So if you can kind of share what your vision, because I know you're a big vision person too.
Yeah, thank you. Like Elon Musk says, to the moon. Before I felt so handcuffed. Anna and I talked. I mean, we go on a lot of date nights, and half the night is family and kids. Half the night is fun and making sure we're still dating and marriage. And there's always an element of what's the future look like and what's next and how are we going to grow. And let me tell you, now those conversations are so much more realistic and exciting. We are big picture people, big thinkers. We have big goals, and the goals aren't money goals; they're legacy goals. We think bigger than paying the mortgage next month or making sure the bills are paid and putting a little money away. We think, what can we leave for our children, when we leave this earth, and can we leave them with the tools to be entrepreneurs if they want to be, or at least good investors if they want to be. Like I said, we have our fifth child on the way. So we're gonna have 5 children, 5 and under, here in October. And I want them to grow up together with good business minds and good investment minds and confidence in the legacy that we leave. And so the biggest thing is legacy. We want the Blank name to be a household name. We want to help grow eXp Commercial to be a household name as well. We want to have homes all over the world that we can leave to our family and say, hey, go see the world and enjoy it. We want to make sure that there's residual income plays from commercial real estate that we can leave to our children. And now the big picture is this is a willable asset that we have with eXp Commercial. And that is another reason that, the thousands of reasons we joined eXp Commercial, but we care so much about our family and how we leave this earth and making sure that our children are being raised to be better than we are and to leave this earth in a better way than we did even. And, it isn't all about money, but I think you're kidding yourself if you think that money isn't important or assets are not important. And so our goals are to make Blank a household name, to make sure we're leaving a great legacy, to make sure that while we're on earth and healthy and upright, that we're having fun and we're enjoying life, and we're living big. That's the only option. I want to make sure that there's enough residual income that if my wife and I want to take a trip to Europe for a few weeks with the children, that I don't come back and feel like we're underwater and that I got to work 3 times as hard to make sure that we make, to close another deal, to make sure we make up for the money we lost. I want freedom. I mean, that's the big goal. Of course, everyone wants the homes and everyone wants the cars, and everyone wants, the trips. But at the end of the day, I want to go to sleep knowing that I have complete and utter freedom financially, family. We all have freedom and that we're leaving a legacy. So I could talk about this all day because we love goals, but I foresee in the next couple of years growing this brand, eXp Commercial, growing Blank, closing deals, having a huge organization that we can be mentors to, hopefully thousands and tens of thousands of people here in the next few years. And only Lord knows where we're going to be in 5 or 10 years. I mean, it's almost hard to even fathom. And so right now, I focus on the process, focus on doing it right, focus on the legacy. And I honestly think that in 5 or 10 years, I just hope that we're mentors to so many people, that we can help others have this freedom that is our goal as well.
Absolutely. Clifford, so well said. And, I know we haven't known each other, but maybe a month and a half? But I think it took me all of 1.5 minutes on the phone with you to realize that I'm on a mission. Jim and I are on a mission together. And all of a sudden, in a minute and a half, I'm like, man, this guy is on our same exact mission. And that's what this company does. It brings together people with the drive, with the passion, with the energy, and with the hearts to be able to want to spread this with so much excitement and make sure that everybody that touches it is successful. I mean, and that's what it boils down to. And so I'm so grateful to call you our business partner. And Jim, any final words?
Yes, well, with Stephanie and I, we're always looking for like-minded partners, right? And
yes.
People we grow with, family members, as we call everyone, because this truly is a family and we all grow together, and especially finding some people like you, Clifford, so like-minded, right? And we'll tell Stephanie how like-minded you and I really are, but it's so awesome to have you here with us and to continue to grow your family, giving back, helping out. I mean, we're just looking for so many people like this, and I do believe, like you and Stephanie, like begets like. We will attract that we are, and more good people, strong people, hardworking people, people that could just work through adversity, but also the servant giving heart will give back. So truly blessed that we are all coming together here to grow eXp Commercial. And I just want to do a final word. We will all be in Dallas, Fort Worth on August 20th. Please take a look at the link. Join us, please, and follow us and like us on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, because we are growing this company in a way that people have not even seen, like with eXp, just constantly building every month, everything new. You're going to see all these great things that we're doing and giving back and helping out to make a difference in commercial real estate, not only how it's done, but the way it looks, and giving back in the process. So everyone, from myself, Stephanie Gilezan, Clifford Blank, thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday, and everyone have a great day and great week. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clifford. Bye.
Thank you.